turn to firing towards Israel. So it's a kind of a mixed bag. The most important, most of the firepower is Hezbollah. And if they join in, I think the consequences for the region, but specifically Israel and Lebanon, could be quite serious. And one would hope that Hezbollah would be wise enough to stay out and understand that it would be a losing battle for them to join in. Israel is prepared for that. We have a lot of air defenses and a lot of troops that are positioned in northern Israel, focusing and ready. These are different tiers, different levels of our air defense against Iranian ballistic missiles. It's mostly the Arrow and Patriot interceptors. Here it is Iron Dome and the David Sling. So Israel technically can deal with both of these fronts simultaneously, even though Israel would prefer not to. So let's hope that the Iranian proxies will stay out of it for the benefit of Lebanon, of Iraq, and Yemen, and do the smarter thing here.
Yeah, Blaine, to that larger point, and I know I've seen a lot of reporting about the historic nature of this attack, but also the historic use of military assets in the Gerald R. Ford, the carrier group, the most powerful modern carrier on the planet, not being sent to the front lines, being stationed off the coast of Israel to protect Israel while the Abraham Lincoln is sitting there launching the attacks. They said that's not something that's been done since World War II when you do a defensive carrier position.
Well, both are very comparable. Both are very comparable assets, and thanks. Both are very comparable assets, and the reason that the Ford is there is because the array of technology that it has on board to aid with missile defense, to help Israel through that and the region through that, makes much more sense to have that asset there. The Abraham Lincoln is right now in position as, well, they've got to defend the fleet, all of those ships do, but they're there as an offensive weapon as well, and they're going to be continuing round-the-clock strikes in what is not just a naval campaign. This is a joint and combined and integrated campaign with Israel. So this is orchestrated, many moving parts, but we do this so well. It's done beautifully from our Air Operations Center, and they're all working together. So the whole net is up and alive, 24/7, strikes available. But to the extent that we're decisive is what's going to determine whether the proxies want to be in the fight or not in the fight. If their life support system's cut off, very likely they're not going to be in the fight.
Yeah, Fred, I'll bring you back into the conversation as we continue to talk about the reaction and the response that we are seeing from other countries around the world. We are now seeing, there you go, that response there from Russia as well, from former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, saying the peacemaker once again showed his face. All negotiations with Iran are a cover operation. No one doubted it. No one really wanted to negotiate anything. Fred, your reaction to that?
I guess that's not a surprise. Remember, there's only a couple of countries that have been providing weapons to Russia for the war in Ukraine, Iran and North Korea. This is really a bunch of rogue states, but looks like rogue states don't stick that closer together. After the attacks last June, Russia and China didn't do much to stand with Iran. They complained about it, but Russia and China had opportunities to send substantial weapons to Iran over the last few months. They didn't do it because they don't want to get involved either. Let me mention one other thing. That's the Strait of Hormuz, which I think the U.S. is very determined to make sure that Iran does not block it. There's been heavy attacks on the Iran